Hi there, everyone. I'm really sorry that I couldn't join you today in the live session, but nonetheless, I wanted to at least share this short recording with you where I want to talk to you about the next steps in your group work, where you're going to be taking all the previous elements of your analysis and integrating these into your strategy to reduce food loss and waste. So I've also made a very detailed recording where we go through each and every step on how you can set up your strategic action plan. But for now, I'm just going to give you a short overview. The other video, of course, you can find on Talent LMS. So in essence, what we want you to do in this particular stage of the group assignment is to work towards your food loss and waste reduction strategy. And what we want you to do is to draw the main conclusions from the previous analytical steps that you've been engaged in and try to integrate all of those conclusions into your case-specific action plan. So we want you to recap what are the main learnings that you got out of the rich picture analysis? What can you extract from the supply chain analysis with regards to the key causes and drivers of loss, uh, the critical loss point that you identified, the thoughts that you had around how to measure or estimate loss at that critical loss point. You've also engaged in a stakeholder analysis. You've thought about the required behavioral change. All of those elements, we want you to put them together and integrate them into your reduction strategy. And the way that we're going to use that, to do that, is actually by taking 3 steps, thinking about what you're targeting, what do you want to target, and what are your key objectives with that. How are you going to measure what you are reducing and how you are reducing? And then lastly, what do you have in mind to, how are you going to act? What activities do you have in place? And this target, measure, act idea is a very famous and the, let's say, the usual conventional approach to define a food loss and waste reduction strategy in the food loss and waste world. So again, without going into all of the detail of what you need to do for this final strategy, I just want to give you an outline of what we expect from you. So by the next week, we want you to have prepared uh, uh, a presentation with a maximum of 4 slides in which you outline your food loss and waste reduction strategy and you follow this target, measure, act logic, right? So 4 slides maximum. I think that's very crucial. In the first slide, you want to talk about the objectives. What is your target? What is your expected outcome from your activity? The second slide talks about how you're going to measure. What are you measuring? Where are you measuring? How are you measuring? The third slide goes in detail into your action plan, which includes, for instance, what are you going to do, with whom are you going to do this, and how are you going to do this. And the last slide, the 4 slides, uh, talks a little bit about the timeline and the budget that you have foreseen for your intervention strategy. On that last day, as the grand finale, we'll be having 4 presentations from each and all of the working groups that we have been working on. And so important here is that we have 15 minutes per presentation. 6 of those minutes are for you as a group to actually share and talk about those 4 slides. We'll then progress consecutively take 9 minutes for question and answer and a plenary discussion. So it's very short, yeah, the time that you have, and you want to bring across your point. So focus on the strategy in your presentation, not on the analysis, and make sure that you have a clear story with not too many slides. As mentioned, I have set up a much more detailed presentation with step-by-step guidance, and you can find that on Talent LMS. Good luck with the assignment.